Hello, BookTube, and welcome back. Well, folks, I am going to be doing another book review. As always, with these book reviews, I am not a professional book reviewer. These will be my humble opinions, thinly disguised as fact. And also, I like to keep these videos under 10 minutes, so it gives me a sense of structure so I don't waffle and go on for ages. So, what have I just recently read? So, this is a non-fiction book, and it's The Last Action Heroes. Now, I'm going to need help here because I never remember the subtitle books. So, this is Triumphs, Flops, and Feuds of Hollywood's Kings of Carnage. So this is by Nick D. Semlyen, and it was published a few years ago now, I think 2023, 24, something like that. And it's about 300 pages. If you've never read any of Nick's stuff, I think he's done 2 books now. This is his second. His first book was about comedy film stars from the 80s and 70s, so the likes of Richard Pryor and John... Is it John Belushi? When did John Belushi die? Did he die in the 80s? I think he did, didn't he? So it's all that kind of thing. This is very much his kind of thing. Okay, Hollywood, comedy, action heroes. So and this is what this book is about. So he focuses on 8 key action heroes of the 70s and 80s and a bit of 90s. So it kicks off with Rocky. So each chapter is pretty much broken down into 2. So it's Arnold Schwarzenegger and Sylvester Stallone and their rivalry. There's also Jean-Claude Van Damme and Steven Seagal. I'm going to call him Seagal from now. And their rivalry. It's also, let's see if it's 8 of them, so that's 4. It's also Jackie Chan and Chuck Norris. And they haven't got a rivalry, but he's linked them both together because they both had not run-ins and encounters with Bruce Lee. Jackie Chan was in Bruce Lee's films, and so was Chuck Norris. And then he also talks about Bruce Willis and, come on, I've got 7 out of 10. You can do it, Alex. Dolph Lundgren, whatever his name, Dolph. So this is about them more than the actual films that they've been in. Although obviously they are mentioned. It kicks off with Rocky, Terminator's mentioned, and then Under Siege. So all the main films are mentioned here, but it's more about them and how they actually dealt with Hollywood. So ego clashing. I think out of all of them, probably Arnie comes off, not as Arnie comes, especially him, because again it's the comparisons between Arnie and Sylvester Stallone. Arnie definitely comes off the better there, even though all 8 of them have got egos. At least Arnie's kind of like you know what you're going to get with Arnie, but apparently backstage Sylvester Stallone was known as he's quite insecure and just sack people for pretty much nothing. And so this book is very much highlighting those 80s, sometimes mindless action hero stars and what they did, how they broke into business, and how then they trained to get the physiques that they had, and some of them still have. And what was it like for them being a massive movie star in the 80s and 90s. A lot of information has gone into this, tons, and even in his first book, it's insider. It's a lot of insider stuff is in these books of people who were behind the scenes in these 8 action movie stars movies, and people that he co-starred with. So he's took all this kind of information and delivered it to you. It's immensely, it's only 300 pages anyway. You'll fly through this, especially if you're a fan of like the mindless 80s action hero movies. You know, me personally, even though he's a scumbag, Steven Seagal, I could read just one book about Steven Seagal. He's one of the most interestingly weird kind of individuals, and this gets highlighted in this book. This guy's quite out there. And it talks about, the drug use of, especially Jean-Claude Van Damme. And so the writing style is very much, it's inviting. You're not going to get, dense, researched, minded book here. This is insider. Like you're reading something like from Empire magazine, but in more of a book format. And yeah, what I love about this book as well, he's not saying, these are even though the book is called The Last Action Heroes, he's not saying these are it, and there's been none since then, So obviously we've had Keanu Reeves and Uma Thurman, we've had all sorts of action stars since these eight actors. And he doesn't go into, the old bullshit terminology like using woke or everything's not woke. This is not that kind of book. This is pretty much focusing on these 8 kings of carnage, as it says in the subtitle, and what they're delivering you, what they were like to work with in the 1980s, 70s, 80s, and 90s, and an actual rivalry that some of them had. Sylvester Stallone and Arnie. I think it's well known, that one, isn't it? But if you read this book, you'll be on Arnie's side. And you'll learn a lot of things that you didn't know about some of these guys. Like Dolph. Dolph's got an IQ or something crazy, like 150, 160. He's going to go to MIT and ended up in a Rocky film. Who knows what one's path will be. This is an immensely readable, fantastically researched, proper inside baseball kind of a book. If you're a fan of any of those films, Rocky, Rambo, Predator, I'm trying to think of other things. Whether you watch any of Jackie Chan's early stuff, especially the ones from Hong Kong, like Police Story, it talks about Jackie Chan trying to break into the American market and struggling for ages. Whereas in the Far East, especially in Hong Kong, where he was from, and China, he was absolutely beloved. And I love Police Story, and it gets brought up in here as well. Police Story is a fantastic film. Trilogy, I think there's 3 films in the Police Story lineup now. And, some of the ludicrous things that was done as well, like Chuck Norris winning the Vietnam War. only in the 80s whether that would pass the smell test, wouldn't it? And Dolph Lundgren struggles after Rocky. What Rocky? What is it? Rocky 4? It's Rocky Thor. Rocky 4? It's Rocky 4. Dolph was on it, and after that, it's straight to DVD kind of movies, and his struggles going forward then. And then Bruce Willis, the party animal, who was just rolled out of bed and became an action star by the sound of it. So you will learn a lot about these 8 stars. And again, when I was a kid, I used to love Jean-Claude Van Damme films, because I was a big fan of those like martial arts, competition, fighting each other. I loved all that kind of stuff. And again, Steven Seagal, Mr. Seagal, absolutely fascinating character, complete scumbag. I know you'll get all the tidbits of, I'm interested in that part, I'm interested in this part. Let me see if I can find another book what speaks about any of these characters, further to progress your reading. And I'm starting to waffle now, and that 10-minute time is kicking down. So get this book if you're interested in that kind of movie genre, if you're interested in inside Hollywood, inside way of talking, and that's how this book is pretty much wrote and how it reads. And that's it from me, and I will speak to you soon. Bye, BookTube.